Now, when it comes to, once we calculate DPMO, now we need to look at the what process sigma level we are currently at. Okay. We also want to know that what is the sigma level the process is currently at. So generally in the measure phase, when you're doing a project, you need to look at that what is the current sigma level on which the process is performing at, and need to see the current condition, and that is something which can be done with the help of process sigma, that what is the current sigma level that we are at. So to do that, there are two ways to calculate sigma level. Okay. Either we can use a formula which is mentioned here, norm sin V, 1 minus defects upon opportunity plus 1.5. D stand for defects and O stand for total opportunities. Okay. However, there is another way to do that as well. We can do it using the Six Sigma calculator as well. In both the scenarios, the answer remains the same. So let's do it and see that what is the sigma level that we are able to calculate. Okay. So let's use the same example. So I have 15 defects and 250. 15 defects and 250 units that I have. Okay. Now, if I want to calculate the sigma level of this, it's very simple. There is a formula which is called norm sin V. Okay, you can see here the last one on the list. 1 minus defects divided by total units. Okay, plus 1.5. So here in this case, your current sigma level is 3.05, where we say that this process is currently performing at 3.05 sigma level.
Simmer, possible for you to just go back to the slide again? So herein the formula says total opportunities. So when we do not have that, so we'll consider units as the opportunities.
Yeah, so either it's total opportunities or total units. Yeah, it's one of the same thing. Because when we have considered DPU here, in that particular case, I don't have total opportunity. So so in that particular case, if I have 10 units and I don't have any opportunity, so I consider 10 as total opportunities only, because I consider there is no opportunity or there is only one opportunity. Okay. So in this particular case, the sigma level is 3.05. Now, so this is the formula. Now, if you want to calculate the sigma level for the second example that I have, wherein I have 15 defects and 50 opportunities. Can someone calculate the sigma level for me? So defects are, sorry, so defect is 15 and total opportunities 50. So you can refer this formula and please calculate the sigma level.
Is it 2.02?
Okay, let's see what others says also. So
yeah, 2.02.
2.02. Anybody has a different answer?
No, same.
Okay, so let's do it. 1 minus
50. Okay.
Divided by 50 plus 1.5. Absolutely. So 2.02
yeah.
is
2.02. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's how you'll be able to look at. So if you have defects in your process, if you know total number of defects and if you know the total number of opportunities or total number of units, you would be able to calculate the current sigma level using this formula also. And as I said, there are two ways to do it. So you can.
Simmer, what is 1.5 in the formula?
So this is a 1.5 which is taken as a short term gain that we have. So we consider that this is for short term. So and that's the reason we add 1.5, because in the longer run this will yield more sigma level. Okay. So currently this is a standard that we follow. At 1.5 we add, we assume that this process will be going to have will be going to yield more results in the future, and that's why as per the standard 1.5 has been added. Okay, so if I show you the formula also, then you would be able to make it more clear. So I just enter Six Sigma calculator here on Google. Okay, I click on the first link which says Process Sigma calculator, which is from isigma.com. So let me use the same example, 15 and 50, right? Here I mentioned, so opportunities are 50 and defect is 50. Okay. I click on calculate. You see the process sigma is 2.02. It has also calculated your DPMO. It has calculated your defects percentage. It has also calculated the yield percentage. So you can use, if you want to calculate the sigma level, you can use either the formula or you can do it here. So if you notice, 1.5 has already been added here because this is something where we are currently looking at the current performance. Okay, so therefore 1.5, they assume that 1.5 is something which will be getting in the future. So they have already added it in the current scenario so that we can look at what is a sigma level at the moment. So that's how they are able to do it. But in the long run, when we calculate the sigma level, then for example, if the process is quite mature and you're looking at after 8 months or 10 months down the line, then in that case we will not add 1.5 because we assume that the process has been matured. But from a project standpoint, when we are in the measure phase, we always consider that this process hasn't been matured yet. Therefore, 1.5 has already been added. Okay. So this is what this tool tells you, that what your current sigma level is. So we will calculate the sigma level in at two places. One in the measure phase, where we currently look at what is the current scenario that we have, and we also do it in the improve phase also.
Improve phase.
Once the solutions are deployed, once everything is improved. So for example, you've taken a project to improve the customer escalation from 20% to 5%. So let's say currently you are at 2 sigma level with these number of defects and these number of opportunities. You will do pre and post project as well and see that from 2.02 how much you've improved. So that's how you'll be able to do this exercise twice. So there are some more practice things for you. You can do it. I'll be sharing these presentations to you. You can try it and calculate the sigma level. So you will become more confident once you will be able to do it. So we have the number of audits here, opportunities here, and number of errors. So number of errors are your defects. Opportunities is 18 and audit is 150. So you multiply 150 into 18. Right. It becomes your total opportunities. Okay. So you can calculate these three examples on your own. Rather, there are 4. Okay.
So we even have to get the process sigma.
Yeah. Here you have to calculate the sigma level. Yeah.
Okay.
So the number of audits are the units, right?
Number of audits is a unit. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So now we have answered the first 2 questions. What to measure and how to measure. Okay. So remember we talked about there are 3 questions in the measure phase: what to measure, how to measure, and now the third question that we're talking about is how to ensure what we have measured is correct or not. Okay. We also talk about the true value, measurement error, and observed value yesterday. Yeah.